Okay, this is a video response to Dave from Retro Games Played Badly. He says looking on my TV because I can never get the full name in the right order. David Retro Games Played Badly. Who was responding to one of his mates, who was probably responding to one of his mates. The current video response series going around is 5 games that you want to complete, that you never completed back in the day. So this is my regular video. There will still be one coming out on Saturday, which is of one of my nephew's retro gaming collection. So, you know, please do still watch that on Saturday. But I'll post this response link to anybody else that I find doing this link. So 5 games that you'd like to revisit. And I had to really think about this because there was 2 that I couldn't decide. There are lots of games that obviously I want to revisit. Sorry, I'm just noticing my phone keeps going in and out of brightness. So there we go. So yeah, I had to bump because I had 6. So I'll tell you what one of the other ones was when I got to it, but okay. But I just won't show it. And these are really obscure. And do you know what? I don't really like role-playing games, but yeah, one of them definitely is. And it's the first one. So these are kind of going in chronological order. Sphinx Adventure. So if you're not familiar with Sphinx Adventure on the Acorn Electron, Sphinx Adventure is it's a text adventure game that I never got around to completing, and it drives me nuts. Text adventures drive anybody nuts, but that one has to be done. Absolutely has to be done. That's not going to stand up, Dave. I'm sorry. It's not going to... Oh, wait a minute. What if I do that? There we go. That'll stand up that way. Okay. So Sphinx Adventure on the Acorn Electron. Next one's a Speccy game, mate. So, and it's on my compilation disc, but, and, you know, hand on heart, this is a game that when somebody asks this question, it crops up. What it is, this is compilation disc, but the game in question is The Great Escape. I remember it's one of those games you sort of play with, you don't kind of get it, and then you go back to it another day, and then you get more of it, and then you start to really understand what it is you got to do. And I got quite far with this, got quite far building the tunnels, getting through the tunnels, bribing the guards, all that kind of stuff. Never escaped the camp. Has to be done. Has to be, it must be possible. So yes, The Great Escape. That's there. That's now going to push. No, that's okay. We're all good. So the game that isn't here is Mercenary. Now I completed Mercenary, but then that leads into the Second City, and I never completed that. So I was really tempted to have that because it is a game I want to revisit and complete. But actually, the one that really got me back in the day, out of that initial collection of games that I got with my Amiga, is this. And I love flight sims, and I had so many flight sims after this, so many better flight sims I would argue as well, but this was great, but I never completed the last mission. I think I got to the mission before the last mission where you could at least see the enemy carrier, which was also kind of looked like a sub. Never destroyed it, which is in the mission that followed. Never got to that mission. That seems to be a trend actually with some of the games I'm showing here today. It has to be done. I have to push back through this game, and I've got to go through all, because obviously I don't have my save position anymore. I've got to go all the way back through this. FA-18 Interceptor, look, there are worse problems to have in your life, I think, than to have to revisit such an awesome game as that. I told you it wouldn't work. There, well, FA-18 Interceptor. Okay, on to another Amiga game, Captive, and that's the load screen from Captive in the background there, actually running on my Pi 400 by the way. But this is a sci-fi dungeon crawler. I've done another video on it, so I won't fill you in with the details, but a bit like Dungeons and Dragons, Eye of the Beholder, and Nightmare and all those kind of games, but this is a sci-fi, a science fiction storyline to it instead. Great game. Now, people that know this game will know, without giving any spoilers, it's not really a game that's beatable, if that makes sense, because it's a seeded game. So there's kind of an infinite level of systems that you can visit, but So the beating of the game really is in the first 10 levels. You know, once you beat the first 10 levels, you kind of get to the, in inverted commas, end of the game, and then you progress to the next seed. I got to level 10, but my save position back in the day, my droids were so beat up that every time I reloaded that save, I would just die again as soon as I met the next enemy. You know, I'd upgraded them, I'd progressed them so far and had good weapons, but they were really beat up from the end of level 9 that getting through level 10 just proved too much. I obviously, again, I don't have that save position anymore, so I've got to grind through 10 levels again. And of course, it's going to be a completely different journey this time, different upgrades, different strategies. It's never going to be the same twice. So, but it's a great game. And again, what a fantastic problem to have. Oh no, I've got to replay one of my favorite games of all time. The last one is a PC game, but it's an old PC game. So this was the first game I ever bought on the PC from a shop. For a DOS PC, X-Wing. Absolutely love X-Wing, absolutely love Star Wars. And this, very similar story. I'm pretty sure I got to the mission before the Death Star missions. And anybody that knows this game as well will know, you know, basically you do end up sort of doing the pre-story to get to the Death Star and joining up with the film franchise. And you do actually get to partake, I think it says a historic battle after the last mission or something like that, but you get to do the Death Star trench run and all of that as well in a really good, for its time, space combat simulator. So again, great problem to have. Has to be done, but also again, all my saves are gone. All of these are going to be started from scratch. And look, some of these you have to beat in one sitting. Great Escape, I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying there's no save on that. So that's a one sitting thing. And Sphinx Adventure, an entire text adventure game. Pretty sure I'm right in saying that's a one sitting thing. I don't think you can actually save your progress. And all I remember was just walking around in a forest and then a dwarf beating me up with an axe every friggin' time. There we go. Got to be done. Those are my 5. What are your 5? So for those of you that watch me but haven't watched the others, go back and watch the others. I'll put a link to Dave's in and any others I find in the thing, and tell me your 5. Do a video response if you've got a channel. What are your 5? All right, and see you Saturday. Not see you, but you know what I mean. Okay, bye.